Thank you so much. Y'all hop in. It's a new year. We going hard. So let me load y'all minds up with some new information. Okay. Is it Garbear? Thank you so much, Garbear. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and start. So if you can drop in the chat, what are you avoiding? So is there anything that you are avoiding? What are you avoiding that you would like to improve this year? That could be for personal development, that could be for business developing, anything. What are you avoiding that you would love to improve this year? Drop it in the chat for me. Okay. And why are you avoiding that? What's making you avoid that emotion? What is making you avoid to feel? Talk to me, talk to me. So what is making you avoid that feeling, that emotion? Okay. So I want you to understand that it is okay to express your feelings, okay? I am someone who is very strong, so I completely understand what you are saying. So when it comes to like needing to show emotions, when it comes to needing to share that intimate side from anything that has happened, you're going to have to let it go. You're going to have to let it loose, okay? So since we're talking about you know, our souls leaving on to the next place, I can give you one for me. So when my father had passed away, I was so like I was so out of it, okay? And when I heard and I had got that phone call, I couldn't do nothing but just I don't know what I was doing at that moment. Like I was just froze. But then when I saw my brother, he came in and I just broke down. Like I broke down. So like you have to be able to give yourself that space to feel emotions. Trust me, because if you are trying to hold in emotions, when you are trying to hold in your tears, when you are trying to hold in pain, it's not going to do nothing but hurt you in the long run. And this is something that I had to learn on my own because most of the times when I was younger, things would happen to learn on my own because most of the times when I was younger, things would happen to and I would try to avoid the emotion. I would try to avoid the pain, right? So I would walk around, I would feel numb, I would be, so like tough, right? But as I got older, as I had gotten, birth some children, I've have also gotten more emotional. So I understand how it feels where you may not feel like you don't have that space to share that tear. You may not have that space to just break down and cry, but you have to. You have to. Because if you let it ball in all the time and you just keep on holding on to it and you're trying to walk daily lives without trying to share that emotion, it's not going to do nothing but play with your consciousness. Okay. So, what I want you to do is be able to step away from anyone, anything. If you need to go to the bathroom, if you need to lock your door, wherever you feel that space where you can just break down for 5 minutes, for however long you need to, do it. Okay. Do it. It's my father passed away in 2017, and still to this day, I shed a tear. So there's never a moment where you feel like you have to avoid something. because you feel like you don't have that space to share your feelings, to share that emotion. You have to share that emotion, because if you don't, it's going to bottle down on you and you are going to gain more stress on you. And it's like I said, it's going to also play with your mindset and it's going to play with your conscious. So now that I get older, I still talk to my father. I still laugh. Hey, Tata, you are so welcome. I still laugh. So you know what? I'm gonna tell you another thing. My father and my grandmother actually passed away in September. So you can just imagine how September is now for me. September is no longer a really happy month for me. When September comes around, I feel weird, right? So, um that right there, I have to be able to hold myself up. But even though when I feel that emotion coming over me, I'm going to let it out. I'm going to let it loose. So don't be afraid to feel emotions. Definitely when it's something like that, you have to let that out. You have to let it go. Even though, let me see, even though, they're not physically here with us, we can't physically see them anymore, they are still here with us. Okay, so I don't know how spiritual you may be or you may not be, but have that time and talk with them, have that time and chat with them. When I'm in my kitchen, sometimes, hey pops, I don't know what's going on down here, but blah blah blah, and I'm just chatting with them, even if he can hear me or not. It just gives me that comfort. It gives me that comfort that I need. Okay. So whatever comfort you need, that you can no longer feel, like I can't share this. I need to be tough then. I need to be tough and things of that nature. No, let it go. You can be tough when you need to be, but sometimes when you have to let that emotion out, you gotta let that out. You have to. Okay. Um, I want some more of y'all to drop in the chat. What are you avoiding? So one lady, she just told me what she was avoiding. Y'all drop in the chat. If you just came in here, y'all just joined, drop in the chat. What are you avoiding that you want to change this season? Okay. Drop in the chat. It can be personal, it can be business, whatever you are avoiding, drop it in the chat. We healing today, okay? That we moving on. So if you are someone who has lost someone, be okay be okay within yourself to understand that you are able to let that emotion out. Okay. Hey y'all, welcome in, welcome in. Finances, okay. So avoiding finances, that is something a lot of us do, and I'm gonna be honest with you, because I'm pretty much on that end as well. I'm not gonna even lie with you. Um, Finances is something where we really have to like put in that work and honestly like be be strategic about it, like adding a strategy onto your finances. So what are you doing? What gaps are you missing that you are avoiding in your finances? So that could be budgeting. Are you budgeting? Are you overspending? Are you just spending and you don't even know where your money is going? Like what part of the avoidance in your finances that you are trying to avoid? So you see your bank account and it's like, okay, yep, I got all that money up in there. Let me go swipe, 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 swipe. What are you avoiding? Are you avoiding the part of saving money, or are you avoiding um the emotion of like, okay, I have the money and I could just spend it on whatever instead of budgeting? So let's get deeper into that. Drop in the chat, y'all. What are you avoiding? Make sure y'all like the live, share the live out. Not keeping track of what is coming in and what is going out. That's my problem. That is my problem too. And this is something that we both can do this year, because I'm not about to sit up here like I'm perfect. So this is going to help me and help you as well. So trying to figure out what's coming in and what's coming out, we have to learn how to discipline ourselves and sit down with ourselves and take a look at, okay, this is the priority, this is the needs, and then this is the wants. The priorities need to be like, okay, these are the main bills that needs to be paid before the 15th, before the 30th, like whatever date, that it needs to be done beforehand. The desires, like we have to be able to, what's the word? Sort. We have to be able to sort out our finances and what are our needs, what are our wants, because sometimes what happens is we see things that we want and we're constantly like, okay, let's spend our money on that. It's okay. We're going to get it back. It's all right. We'll see it later. But no, because sometimes when we do that, we're not making a right decision. Okay. So sometimes we really have to focus on the decisions that we are making. What decisions are we making that's going to better us? I conquer, I am going to do it. Yeah, seriously, like we have to be able to discipline ourselves to understand if we want to keep money coming in and out, we have to make sure that we are even figuring out where it's going. Where is it, like where does it need to go? Where can I put it? And where, in what space, and how much do I need to save? Right? And another thing, when you make your savings account or anything like that, I learned that from like higher people, I've learned that they no longer say emergency funds. Don't ever put like emergency funds, because what's emergency? Like, don't, what you put out is what you give in. So let's not also put emergency funds. Put something nice, okay? Um and also for your other things as well, put like some nice catchy, words that brings in the abundance and the peace on, what you need to focus on when dishing out your money, or when you're not dishing out your money. Okay, does that make sense at all? Did I help you at all with that part? For those who are just joining, make sure that y'all drop in the chat, what are you avoiding? It could be personal, it could be business. Personal or business. And then I'm going to move on from asking you guys, what are you avoiding? Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. So that's what we both gonna be working on. Being more disciplined, understanding what is our money going to, okay? We're both gonna focus on that. Um, Anything else, y'all? What else y'all avoiding? Nothing else? That's okay. Don't avoid too much now. We don't need to be avoiding too much. Um, hey y'all, like the live. Thank you for joining. So no more something that you actually need to focus on. So by you guys letting sending out what you guys are avoiding. So normally times when we avoid something, that is actually something we need to focus on. That is actually something that we need to pay attention closely to. So this is my first live of the year, and this is why I wanted to start the live and the season off with this type of live, okay? Because last year, years ago, most of us are avoiding things that we actually need to focus on. And we are not disciplining ourselves enough to focus on what we're avoiding, right? So, um, like for me, what am I avoiding? I am avoiding things that is definitely clouding my leadership, and that would be showing up more. Okay, I am avoiding. I also need to stop Ooh, girl! I was supposed to book a strategy call with you today. Get that call in today, okay? Let's go, girl. Um. So when we are back to me. What I'm avoiding is showing up more, okay? And that is okay. I am able to sit here and call out my BS, okay? And you have to do that. You have to hold yourself. You have to hold yourself accountable. So not pointing fingers at you, mom, parent, capitalism, patriarch, like all of that. No, we're not pointing fingers at nobody this year, okay? We're pointing the finger back at us, okay? What are you doing? What are you avoiding? What are you going to do to help yourself, okay? So that is what we're going to focus on. What can we do to make the right decisions with the right discipline, with the right actions? Okay. Being, I hate saying this word, being strategic. Okay. Having strategy. Okay. Um, that's one word I definitely be messing up. So don't laugh at me, y'all. But like I said, I'm not perfect. So things that we are avoiding, we procrastinate on. Things that we are avoiding, we're second guessing. Things we are avoiding actually needs our attention. Okay. So the things that you guys listed in the chat with me today, I want y'all to focus on that today and this week. I want you to get your emotions out of whatever that you've been holding on, so you are able to clear your mind. Okay, we are not starting a new year with a cloudy, chaotic mindset. Okay, we need to be able, and I'm saying we as in me too. All right, we need to be able to start the year off with clarity. We need to be able to start the year off with like, okay, I need to be disciplined, because last year I don't know what the heck I was doing. That month I don't know what the heck I was doing. This year I need to get on my game, right? I don't care if it's a new year. I don't care if it's a new month. Regardless, this is a new year. This is a new month. You hear me? So we have to be able to discipline ourselves and understand what we need to do to keep ourselves in order. Okay? Because no one else is going to save us. First of all, other people got their own stuff going on in the first place. So we cannot expect other people to come in and try to help us. We can't expect that, right? We have to be able to discipline ourselves to understand, like, okay, I need to pull myself together and do this for me. Do this for me. How can I lead myself into doing this, that, and making the right decisions? Okay. What else did I wanted to say? So yes, decision making comes with strategy. So even if you feel like, because so I'm gonna tell y'all one story. So just Christmas, my man was buying me something for Christmas, and he had gave me a decision. He was like, do you want something for your content, or do you want something that's comfy? And I was like, what kind of question is that? Why are you putting me in this position? Are you seriously asking me, do I want something for my content, or do I want something for my comfort? I want both, but sometimes you can't have both, right? You have to choose. So I said, okay. He's like, come on, I can't wait on you all day. And that's the procrastination. You sometimes, when you have to make a decision, it's not going to be on you to wait hours. It's not going to be on you to wait 30 days and stuff. Sometimes you have to make that decision right then and there. And it's going to make you uncomfortable sometimes. It's going to make you feel like, why did they just put me in this position? Right? But when you are a thought leader, sometimes you just like, all right, I'm already up on this. I'm already good. Even though it's kind of like putting me against the wall right now, I'm good. I'm good, right? So I said, okay, shoot. He like, come on. I'm like, all right, comfy. He's like, okay. Whew. He said, regardless of which one you pick though, you're gonna like it. But which one do you want though? And I was like, comfy. So I said comfy, and the other decision was like a camera or something like that. And then my other decisions was, he had got my cup that spins on its own, some slippers and some other things like that. So regardless, my gifts were great, but it was my time to make a decision. So you see what I mean? How sometimes where you might be in a space where you don't even know you're about to make a decision. Like I was literally just chilling on my bed, and he turned around and asked me that question. You never know when you have to make a decision, but you have to always prepare yourself when those decisions come. Okay. So that's another thing. People like to avoid. thoughts on the prices of high-end glasses? That's what you're avoiding? Drop in the chat what you are avoiding. Is that something you are avoiding? Make sure y'all follow me too, because I don't know if TikTok going away or not, but y'all make sure y'all follow me. um, so yes, what was I saying? Oh, that is okay. So thoughts on thank you. That's on the prices on high end glasses. So you are avoiding to go purchase them, or you are avoiding your own business trying to price your product on a high end. What part are you avoiding? You buying the product, or you selling the product and you don't know how to price your stuff? Okay, you buying the product. So okay, when it comes to buying things on high end comes with are you looking for status? Because most of the times when, for example, give me a brand, Louis Vuitton. Some people go to those type of brands because they want to build a status. Whoever their audience or whoever their little circle is, they want to show up in that circle and be like, hey, look, I got this on. I'm wearing this. I got a Rolex on. So some things are because you want to show a status in your friend zone or anything of that nature. Okay. Or on the other hand, you may feel like that product is very quality enough to be able to be in your space, and you feel like that you worked yourself enough to be able to honor yourself to get that gift, right? So which way do you feel that you fit in? Are you fitting in on the status side, or are you fitting in more on I really feel like I deserve this? In your heart, you feel like this is the right decision for me. This is the right item for me. This is the right product for me. What does that feel like in your heart when you look at the prices, when you look at that product? Okay. Um, So making decisions is pretty much based off, are you using your decisions on emotions? Are you using your decisions on logic? How are you making your decisions? Okay. Most of the times when people are making decisions, most of the times, some of us are making decisions off emotion. Okay. So where in my notes I said about that? Okay. So sometimes when you make a decision, you might feel like, okay, I got a peace of mind. And even though you might have a peace of mind in the decisions you had made, that does not always mean that was the right decision that you should have did. Okay. So that is you making a decision off of your emotions. When you feel like sometimes, okay, I have a peace of mind in this, and you did something bad, you're moving off of emotions. Okay. But when you are trying to really think in the strategy state of mind, you are clear, you are understanding the ins and the outs of what may happen after this decision. Okay. Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if I still got y'all attention. All right. Do I still got y'all attention? Y'all still here with me? Okay. Hey y'all, welcome in, welcome in. So looking at my notes, y'all. Because I don't want to overgo on something else. So you always want to make thank you. So you always want to make sure. Okay, so that was a discussion style of basically talking about, the way of decision making and the avoidance of things. Now, let's get into strategies, okay? Some strategies on how you can make your own decisions. So, most of the times when you are making your decisions, you may feel like at a certain point in time that you are going to need somebody else there with you. And sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just have to sit there in yourself and really have a clear mindset and say, okay, what is the solution that I'm going to get from this? What is the consequences that I'm going to get for this? What is the opportunity that is going to open up for me when I go make this move, right? So, even though you might have like a time span of making a decision, always make sure that you at least pop in one of those questions in your mind before making that decision, okay? Is this the right decision for me? What solution is going to happen when I make this move? So, trusting yourself, all right? Learn how to trust yourself. If you have a hard time with huge decision making, start small. Start small. If it takes you 20 minutes or so to pick out what shirt you're going to put on today, that is a decision that you need to figure out how to lower that down. Just that simple, right? For me, I can tell you a hard decision that I have every time I come in the kitchen. My decision is, what is everybody going to eat today? Me, my man, and my children. That's 4 people in the house that I have to make a decision on every single day. What are we all going to eat? We all don't eat the same thing. All 3 of them eat corn, but mommy, I don't eat corn. So there are things in place where you have to make decisions, even though you might be excluded from it. Okay, bye bye. Thank you. Make sure you follow. Thank you so much for popping in. Um, so when you are making decisions, sometimes it won't be for you, right? So, like I said, I don't eat corn, but I have to make a decision some nights where, okay, I can make corn this night or not. But even though I make corn, it doesn't have to be for me. So that can go for anything, right? If you're in corporate or if you're running your own business and you have a team, what decision are you making as the leader that's running this team? So it doesn't always have to be the decision made for you. It sometimes have to be the decision that you have to make for the team. Okay. So where was I? Trusting yourself. So that is a strategy that you have to focus on, is trusting yourself. And if you have a hard time making decisions, make sure you start small. Okay. Um, what am I going to do now is versus what I'm going to do now. Okay. Make that decision. Um, am I going to use this cup or am I going to use this cup? Okay. Let me quickly make this decision. I'm going to use this cup. Like, you have to be able to just quickly make decisions no matter what it is, okay? And then having a clear mindset. When you have a clear mindset, it helps you through your decision making, because when you have so much going on, when you have a chaotic mind, it is going to be so hard for you to make decisions. You're going to procrastinate, you're going to second guess, you're going to avoid it, right? And you're going to try to move on to something else. Well, I ain't got time for this right now. I can't even think right now. Let me just go on to something else. No, slow down, relax, and figure this out first so you can make closure with this first. Okay? Because sometimes we are so fast and wanting to move to the next thing when we ain't even closed out this situation yet. And that is why we are so chaotic. This is why our mind is so chaotic, because we won't sit our butt still to make the decision on this situation first. So, having a clear mindset, moving little by little to understand, look, I need to finish this out. Look, I need to do this. I need to discipline myself in finishing this, right? Or make a decision. I need to close it out. I need to make the decision on moving it forward, or I need to make this decision on if it's going to be blue or yellow, like things of that nature. What decisions are you making? Okay. Back to what I had said at the beginning. Rather it's wrong or right, you will get a lesson from the decision you made. Okay. So when I said, even though you might be in peace, sometimes those decisions may not be right or wrong. So you know how some people, when they make decisions based off of revenge. That doesn't mean that you're right. So if, say, let's do a scenario, something crazy. Okay, so say if you are a sister, I'm just trying to do something innocent, but say you are a sister, right? And your sister comes knock you upside your head, not seriously, but like, with a toy or just whatever, pillow. And you like, what? Like, you want to react, you want to hurry up and, get that revenge back. But sometimes you getting that revenge and sometimes you making that bad decision does not mean that it's the right decision. So the lesson that will be learned is making sure that you at least talk to that person and tell them, hey, that's not right. you know and even on the person who made the decision, sometimes they need to be brought to the attention that what you just did wasn't right. And I need you to know that what you just did wasn't right. So being able to be a leader and understanding, clear logic decisions based off logic and the difference between emotions is a hard core on decision making. Okay. On decision making. Okay. Um, Sorry about that. My phone trying to die on me. So trust yourself, have a clear mindset, and understand just because you make a decision, whether it's wrong or right, it will give you a lesson. Okay. A good lesson or a bad lesson, whichever one. Okay. And then we're going to close out in a little bit, but questions to ask yourself. So, like I said at the beginning, well, halfway through, um, what is the solution to this decision? Okay. What solutions will you do? So I could use myself. I am a brand strategist plus brand designer. What solution will that be for you? If you were to come to me, what solution would make a difference for you? And that difference in that solution will be helping you elevate, helping you transform your personal and your business lifestyle. So right now, you are getting my mentor side, right? But when I'm hands on and you want me to work on your brand, that is my design side, okay? But I put those together so I can be more powerful and more of a leader for you. Okay? That is my decision that I had to make, because the first 2 years of me designing, I was just a graphic designer turned into a brand stylist. Now a brand strategist plus brand designer. So me being a leader and me making those decisions for myself to pivot, to scale, I had to make those decisions because when I was looking out and analyzing things, I realized that women needed more help than just me designing stuff. So when you come across certain designers and things of that nature, you might think we all just here to just design stuff for you. No, not me. I'm here to transform you. I'm here to elevate you. Okay? Because when I had my first business, which was a lip gloss skincare business, I did everything on my own. I researched for the first 6 months. Then I got my hands into the products, trial and error, up all night, crying, stressed. My man heard me stress almost every day. I can't get an order. I only got one order today. What is going on? I did all this work and like I was stressed. So even though you make certain decisions, doesn't mean it's going to be always the right decision for you. Okay. And when I was doing my skincare and lip gloss business, I was so creative that I felt like I wasn't being creative enough. And I felt like I was avoiding my creativity because I felt like I was being so limited, even though I wanted to do skincare and things of that nature. And I was still transforming and elevating people's life because I was making products for eczema. I was making products for dry skin. Okay. That is life changing because me personally, I have eczema. I have dry skin. So if I was to come up here with, dry skin, someone will pop up under here and say, hey, I have a butter for you. That will change my life. That will change my skin. I will feel better about myself and I will feel good about myself. So you want to figure out when you are making decisions, what are the solutions that are going to pop out for you? Okay. Um, what is the best case scenario? Okay. Is it going to be a bad case scenario or is it going to be the best case scenario? The best case scenario is I can use my business. The best case scenario is okay if I invest in her branding package, I will be spending 1,500 right now, but as I get my business going and stuff like that, I will get my return on investment. So, your presence, your clarity, you showing up looking more professional, all of that, okay? That is the best case scenario. The worst case scenario is, I might if I don't invest in this, how long will it be for my brand to look the way it looks? How long will it be for me to leave out these opportunities because I'm deciding on not bettering myself? I'm deciding on not investing in myself. That can go for a coach, that can go for my stuff, anything, okay? Don't make decisions that is going to stop you from making your next opportunity, okay? Do I feel in tune with this decision? So when I was saying how to the person earlier, what decision, when you think of that decision, how does it make you feel? Are you thinking logically? Are you thinking emotionally? How are you thinking? Okay. And whatever you are making your decision on, how in tune are you? Okay. Is it from the heart? Is it from the mind? So just figure out which way that you want to make your decisions. Now, I'm not saying that emotions need to be out of every single decision making. That's not what I'm saying, okay? Because sometimes emotions need to be a part of your decision making, okay? But not every single time. And that same goes for logic decision making. Just because you have a logic decision that you can bring to the table, that does not mean that's sometimes what it always need. We also need emotions and your logic thinking. Okay, but how are your emotions? Okay, are they bad? Are they on revenge? Are they on um hmm are they happy? Are you feeling empathy or are you feeling sympathy? Like when you think of and when you're ready to make a decision, where are you? Okay, in your mind and in your heart. Okay, and what I'm gonna tell you now is our heart most likely makes the best decisions for us. Okay, sometimes our minds don't always make the best decisions for us. Whatever we feel here is sometimes the best decisions, sometimes. Okay. um I think that was it. This is pretty good. Do y'all have any questions for me? How was this? Did you get anything from this live? And another thing, I was avoiding lives. Like I was avoiding lives. Um, and the very first live that I did was going on a collab with a well she was a business coach slash strategist as well. And I had done my first live with her. I was like, girl, I'm scared. I don't know about Facebook because I never went live on Facebook, but I would go live over here. And I love going live on TikTok, but I was avoiding going live on Facebook. So we done with the avoiding stuff, okay? We have to stop avoiding things because when we keep avoiding things, we are sometimes damaging the opportunities for us to open doors and new opportunities. We can't keep doing that. We can't keep doing that. um so yeah, what how y'all feel about this live? I think I'm gonna upload this live on my YouTube. So make sure you follow my YouTube as well, so you can get from beginning to end. If you need to do a replay on this live. Do I need to run anything back? Do y'all have any questions for me? Let me know how you feeling from this live. Oh, and my food coming too. So I do need to hop off in a second. It was good. Thank you. Um, what you procrastinating about? I need you to go ahead and book this call before I hop off this live. What are you procrastinating about that we can change this? What's going on? What is stopping you from making this call with me? Because I want all leaders in my space. If you are ready to lead, you are ready to enhance your presence, I want you in my space. Okay. You watch this entire live. Since you are on my live, name a price that you can pay. If my 60 seconds, oh my god. My 60-minute calls are 150. If you cannot pay that right now, give me a number that you can pay today. You watch this entire live, so I will be able to give you a discount for this call. What can you pay today that I can get you booked? Where is my okay. I just keep going past it. Do you have a price? Oh, I can book on next week. Oh, okay. You say that. I'm gonna be waiting. Um, you told me that last time, so I'm gonna hold you to your word. I'm gonna hold you to your word. I want to see you in my calendar. I don't have a bunch of open spaces now. Um, do you have any questions for me right now? Yeah, I don't play. Even though I said I'm not gonna hold y'all accountable for real, but to a certain extent, I'm definitely gonna hold y'all accountable. Um, because I know how it is, but I'm definitely gonna be holding y'all accountable. Um, hold me accountable. I need to get in these numbers. Yeah, you need to get the numbers right. Okay. We're going to be on discipline mode this year. What are we going to be disciplined about to better ourselves? Um, so you can actually book a 30-minute session or the 60-minute section. The 30-minute session is 50, and then that 60-minute session is 150. So if you want to do a 30-minute first this week, we can do that. If you want to do the 60-minute, then you can go ahead and book that one next week if you don't have it this week. Just want to give you that. But we going to get it together this year, okay? And I'm also try to show up more online as far as lives because I'm trying to push my stuff more to my YouTube. So make sure that you're following my YouTube as well because that is really where I'm trying to grow. And push out my long form content, really push intense content. So make sure you follow me over there as well. Okay, you said okay. Yes, ma'am. Did you want to book the 30 minutes today or did you want to go ahead and wait? Just let me know. We can hop on a 30-minute this week for the 50. What you want to do? And thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being here this whole time.